Today's agenda would be welcome and introduction, journey so far Disciples Indian Learning Forum, guest speakers introduction. About Disciples India Group, Bangalore is happy to present a platform truly for the joy of learning. It is envisaged to be an exciting learning platform where like-minded and individuals and organizations can come together, share experiences, and learn and grow as individuals, professionals, and organizations. The main objective of our committee is to provide a platform to share and exchange ideas and experience, to create and develop personal and professional network for learners, to enhance effective communication and leadership skills, to foster learning and contribute for personal, professional, and organizational development, to update with life management skills and contribute as an effective member to the society. I extend my honor to introduce you to Disciples Indian Learning Forum Organizing Committee members 2024, Dr. A.M. Suresh, Forum Advisor, N.K. Sundaram, President, Mr. Shivaprasad K.M. Vice President, Dr. Praveen Gujja, Secretary, Professor Jayant H. Joint Secretary, Mr. Akhilesh N.N. Assistant Secretary, Ms. Misbah Kalsum Khan, Disciples Coordinator, and myself, Yamuna A., Disciples Coordinator. For any new members joining us today, this is your quick recap of the year. 2018, 4 sessions. In the year 2019, we hosted 25 sessions. In the year 2020, we hosted 24 sessions. In the year 2021, we hosted 8 sessions. In the year 2022, we hosted 24 sessions. In the year 2023, we hosted 24 sessions. So far, until 6 years, we hosted 131 sessions. I request all the participants. Here is the previous session. Why soft skills are essential for success. Safety awareness and digital safety. The guest speaker was Sumitra Krishnaswamy. The power of debating, Shalini Mukund. Disruptive innovation for startups, Dr. Halaswamy D. Study and career opportunities for Indian students in Germany.
Yamuna, you're on mute.
Am I audible, sir?
Yes.
Here is a 134th online session in association with Sri Basaveshwara First Grade College for Women, affiliated to Bangalore University, Bangalore. Highlighting our special partners for today's session, IDP, IELTS, ICICdirect.com, and ClassPlus. And the guest speaker for today's session is Ms. Kavita. So without any further ado, now I call upon Professor Jayalata to introduce our guest speaker for today's session. Over to you, ma'am.
Okay, thank you, ma'am. Good evening to one and all. Here I am Jayalata, Department of Commerce, Sri Basaveshwara First Grade College for Women, Nelmangla. Here we are gathered to discuss on how do you manage your stress. Okay, it's our pleasure to welcome our guest speaker, Ms. Kavita, ma'am. A very warm welcome to you, ma'am.
Thank you, ma'am.
For the Zoom meeting, we are very proud to say this to discuss how do you manage your stress with you, ma'am. Okay, here I am going to give you a very small introduction about our guest speaker. She has 18 years experience in education, excelling as a lecturer and trainer dedicated to transforming young minds. She trained 13,000 plus students, including foreign students in functional English at Mysore University. She is a certified trainer from Bodhi Training Solutions and holds an MSc from Mysore University. Welcome you, ma'am. Along with us, we have co-founder and executive director, Disciples India, Mr. K.M. Shivaprasad. Welcome you, sir. Along with us, we have our principal, Dr. Rudramayesh sir, Shri Basveshwara First Aid College, Nelmangla. Welcome you, sir. Okay, on behalf of entire our fraternity, here I am welcoming all for today's session. Once again, welcome you all. Thank you for the opportunity. Over to you, Kavita ma'am.
Thank you, ma'am. Thank you so much. So, hi everyone. Good evening. So, my name is Kavita. Am I audible?
Yes, ma'am.
Yeah. Okay, great. Okay. Before I actually start with the session, I just want to have a quick Q&A because I just want to understand how to, speak with my audience and how to address the audience. Do you feel stress? Do you people feel stressed? People, you need to respond.
Yes.
Yes? Do you feel stressed every day, every minute, or once in a while, or once in a blue moon? How does it happen?
Once in a while.
Once in a while. Okay, great. That's great. Anyone else? Just one person with stress once in a while? Yeah, I need to turn my video on. I forgot.
Oftenly, ma'am.
Yeah, hi. So you get to see the speaker now. Okay. So yeah, have you ever wondered why you people feel stressed?
Maybe workload.
Maybe workload. Okay. Is it only limited only to work? I don't think so.
Sometimes family responsibility.
Okay. I see at least 76 people and I'm getting only 1 or 2 response.
Ma'am, overthinking.
Overthinking. Yeah, great. Brilliant. Okay. What else? Come on. It's part and parcel. It's like, me and food. Stress is like me and food. So why do we feel stressed? Don't you all feel stressed every day? I assume most of you are students. So I believe students feel more stressed. Am I right or am I wrong?
Yes, ma'am.
Yeah, because when I was a student, I used to feel stressed. Deadlines, projects, handling teachers, conflicts with parents, misunderstanding with friends. Am I right?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay,
Yes,
great.
ma'am.
Oh my God. How's the Josh, guys? How's the Josh?
Hi.
Really? That's hilarious. If this is high, then I'm feeling low.
Yes, ma'am.
Oh yeah, I liked it. Okay, come on, together on the count of 1, 2, 3. I want you people to say how is our Josh, okay? How's the Josh? 1, 2, 3. Come on.
Ma'am.
Oh my God. You people are stressed. You people are seriously stressed. Okay. Okay. Is my screen shared? Yeah, it is. Is my screen shared, guys? Yeah.
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am.
Nice. So, guys, I am one of those speakers who hate speaking. I like to interact, so please interact. Else, the session is going to become very boring. Okay? Okay, what is stress? Stress is nothing but how you react physically, emotionally, or psychologically when you are in a challenging situation. Am I right or am I wrong? Do you feel stressed when your teacher comes and tells, hey, surprise test? What happens to you people? I'm sure each one of you can resonate to this. Agidiyalva itara?
Yes,
You-
ma'am. Mom.
So,
Shock.
shock. That is the word that I was aiming for. Shock. Yeah. But do you also realize that when you are in shock for a long period of time, it can have an adverse effect on you physically, mentally, and emotionally? Have you people experienced any such thing? Yes or no? Audience?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. I'll give you my own example. I'm very bad with math. Very, very bad with math. And every time the math teacher would enter the class, I would have palpitations and literally heart attack. Because every time surprise math test, I'm in shock. And prolonged stress with me and math led me to be a very bad math student. So it kind of stressed me in, throughout my school life. I literally hated math and it had a huge mental, it kind of shook me psychologically, emotionally. And even today, I cannot manage without a calculator. I'm still dealing with it. So when you are given a response, when you start responding to stress, and when you start becoming comfortable handling the stress, say, Aja, stress, I'm here, take it. And that is when it has an impact on you. So what I'm trying to do here is trying to help you people to understand how to handle stress effectively. Because like it or not, stress is part and parcel of our life. It's always part and parcel of our life. It's like the bag that we always have on back. It's like the backpack that we have on our back. Okay, moving to the next slide. What do you see? Don't read the words. Just tell me what is that picture that you see. What do you see? You don't see anything?
Balancing.
Balance. Okay. Now coming to the word perception. and expectation. Okay, what is perception is how a person views or understands a certain situation. Okay. How a person views or understands a certain situation. And what is expectation is what he or she believes will happen given a particular situation or an issue or a person. Now you can relate to it. Perception is what is your understanding regarding a person, a situation, or an issue. Expectation is what you believe about the person, situation, or an issue. When it is not balanced, when your perception is not aligned with your expectation, is when the conflict starts within. Simple example. You go to your friend and says, your friend does something and you go to your friend and says, hey, I was not expecting this out of you. From where did this expectation come? Because you were unable to understand the perception of yours and the perception of your friend or a situation, and you believed that people will react according to your perception, and you were expecting that, and you lost that balance. In life, you need to be aligned with your perception, that is your views and understanding, with your belief of a certain person, a situation, or an issue. I'm sure you people would have, you can relate to this. You would have gone and told someone, I was not expecting this from you. oh my God, I didn't know you could do this. Did that person come and tell you voluntarily that I'm not able to do this or I can do this? It was your perception about that person, and you expected that person to act accordingly to your belief. And when this is not aligned or this is not balanced, this is where the stress is triggered. It is triggered through conflicts, disagreements, arguments. How many of you eat badam? I'm sure most of the Indian household will eat badam at least once in a while. What is badam? What is badam or almond associated with? Any idea? Yes
I
or
think
no?
to increase memory, ma'am.
Yes, something to do with intelligence, something to do with the mind. What if I tell you there is something like, in the shape of badam and the size of a badam in your mind, in your brain, and that actually controls your stress, and that actually controls your reactions, your actions when you are under stress. That small badam in your brain is called as amygdala. AMYGDALA, amygdala. There is something called as amygdala hijack. Amygdala, sorry. You wanted to say something? Okay. Amygdala hijack. So what happens in amygdala hijack is when there is a sudden or intense reaction, there is a sudden intense emotional reaction is often realized by you that, oh my God, I should not have said this. Oh my God, why didn't I say this? There are times when someone comes and says something to you or does something to you, you just go blank. Has it ever happened? After that person is left, you just realize, oh my God, what happened? Why did this happen? Why didn't I react? Why did I, either I would have blabbered something heat of the moment, or I would have just gone silent. This is caused because of amygdala hijack. The minute your amygdala hijack is triggered, it takes control over your body and prepares your body or freeze. I'm sure when you're doing stress management, you would have come across these three words: fight, flight, freeze. But this is caused because of amygdala hijack. Has it ever occurred to you when someone has come and said a lot of things to you? After that person is gone, you just sit back and think, "Are yaar, I should have said this. Why didn't I react like this?" Your reactions and your actions were not appropriate to the situation. Am I right or am I wrong? People? Yeah. Hello? People, whoever is on unmute, please can you mute?
I request all the participants to kindly mute.
Okay. Okay, moving on to the next slide. This is not what happens to us, it's response to what happens. Stress doesn't do anything to us. It is we who respond to the stress. Stress has always been constant. Stress has always been there. Stress has always been neutral. Stress is there to give us stress. But it is a response to stress. It is a response to stress. And we can choose that response. And we can choose that response. Here, let me make it very clear. It is not right or wrong response. Your right is my wrong. My wrong is your right. But how you handle it effectively is who you are. Because stress has always been part of our lives. Like it, don't like it. It's always been there. how you respond to stress is what is. I'll just take 5 minutes of your time to narrate one small story. Maybe all of you can become a little more, you can connect to it, and maybe I can bring some humor while narrating the story also. And most of you can relate to it. Okay. There was once a man who was very intelligent. And intelligence was not something that he was born with. He went, worked really hard, gained knowledge, traveled, and that is how he got his intelligence. So, at one point, he reached a point where he had an answer for every question. He had an answer for every question. It so happened that people would always go to him to seek an answer. And in return, when they would get an answer, as humans, we show gratitude. We praise the person. We say, hey, wow, your intelligence is next level. And continuous people praising you, you like it or not, subconsciously you develop that pride. Not all of us can be modest. And this is what happened to this person also. Then he started becoming too proud about himself. He would just go and, boast about his intelligence. And at one point of time, people just got so annoyed with his boasting that they didn't want to talk to him also. So what happened in one particular gathering, he was boasting, and someone in the crowd came up to him and said, hey, you know what? You're not the only one who's intelligent. I know someone who's as intelligent as you are, probably more. Probably more. This triggered the man. I'm using the word trigger. This stressed the man. He was so furious because someone is there who challenges his all of this. Okay. Then what happened was, he said, hey, tell me who this man is or who this person is. I'll go check myself. I will test his intelligence. Okay, suit yourself. Go ahead. And, the person's identity was revealed, the address was revealed. And this person happened to be a Buddhist monk who lived somewhere high up in the Himalaya in a monastery. If you people have watched TV, monasteries in Himalayan range, most of the monasteries you need to go on foot. And for a city dweller like you and I, taking that trek is a challenge in itself. But still, this man takes up the challenge and goes on foot, treks the Himalaya, and reaches the door of the monastery. And goes and knocks, and the monk himself comes and opens the door with a smile. With a smile. He goes and tells to the man. The man goes and tells to the monk, hey, you know what? I've heard a lot about your intelligence. But I have come to learn from you. So what am I supposed to do here is, before I become your disciple, I need to check if you are fit to become my teacher. These words are coming out of his mouth because he's under stress, because he feels the monk is a threat. Okay? The monk says, okay, fine. So the man says, I will ask you several questions. Only if you answer, I will become your disciple. The monk with a smile says, okay, fine, ask, no problem. And the man starts asking questions. Each and every question is answered by the monk with a smile. With a smile. This triggers the man even more. Then, it triggers the man even more. Human nature is such that when you're trying to test someone or when you're trying to put someone down and you're unable to do it, you are under tremendous stress. You are on fire. You get triggered. And this happened with the man also. After the Q&A session, the monk offers him tea. You're tired, taking up the journey, the trek, and asking these many questions. Would you like to have a cup of tea? The man says, okay, fine. The monk comes and brings tea in a kettle. He brings tea in a kettle. So what is someone trying to say something to me?
No, ma'am.
Okay. So the monk brings the kettle and starts pouring the tea into the teacup, constantly looking at this man, smiling. He's not concentrating on the cup, he's concentrating on the man smiling and pouring. The cup gets filled. It's full. But the monk doesn't stop pouring. So what happens? The cup overflows. The cup overflows. The tea is spilling out of the cup. Man gets even more stressed. Pouring the tea, constantly looking at him, smiling, triggering him, and here the tea is also getting overflow. It's getting spilled. The man grabs the monk's hand and say, "Are you crazy? Can't you see the cup is overflowing?" The monk smiles and puts the kettle down and says, "This is how you are, my friend. This is how you are, my friend." The point behind the story is the stress was constant. The stress was same. But how I reacted to the stress is who I am. So stress is always the same. Stress is not what happens to us. It's our response. That's what I'm trying to say. So always be very cautious about how you respond to stress. Don't let stress take control over you. This is my most favorite slide in my presentation. I always feel that I and stress are like Vikram and Betal. The love-hate relationship between me and my stress. We cannot live without each other. Though we want to kill each other. Though we want to kill each other. We want to beat each other up. But this love-hate dynamic makes us wonder, is stress really bad for us? Is stress really bad for us, guys? How many of you like to crib about things? Or how many of you are always only talking and talking and talking about stress? And you people are not working on the solution. Has it ever occurred? Or have you ever experienced any such thing? You're constantly talking and talking and talking only about problems. But have you ever worked on the solution? Come on. People, give me an answer. Give me an answer. Do you people always complain or do you people work on the problem?
Work.
Do you work? Okay. How do you work? Can you give me an example, please? Yes.
Yes.
Only one person is responding. Where are the others? Did I assume my session is boring?
Yes.
Yes.
No, ma'am.
Great. Okay. Are we holding on to stress because our minds are programmed? You feel that you're
Yes.
always... Why? Why? Or do you think that you can live without stress? Do you think you can live without stress? Simple. I'll
Yes.
ask you. Yes.
Yes,
Only
ma'am.
one yes, 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 but there is no other explanation. Come on. Yes, Mr. Yes. What is happening, Mr. S? Yes. Now I will ask. Yes. What? Come on. Give me an answer. Yes.
Yes.
Yes. Great. Who is this Mr. Yes? If someone can identify and tell me who this Mr. Yes is. Okay. Human nature is such that, you just want to cling to stress. You love playing blame game. You love playing victim. Don't do that. Live a life stress-free. That doesn't mean that the stress is not there. It is always there. One stress goes, the another stress comes. I assume most of your students, commerce, science, what is
Yes.
yes.
Galaxy.
So,
Iure.
who is this yes, guys? Can someone help me? Who's this yes?
Galaxy.
I know galaxy, but who's this galaxy? Who is this galaxy?
Hey, Dad.
Yeah.
Oh.
Who is this galaxy?
Galaxy.
Hello.
Yeah.
Okay. Great. Okay.
Okay.
So me and Stress are like Vikram and Betal. We are constant buddies, but we hate each other, but we can't live without each other. Can we live a completely stress-free life? No, not at all. Types of stress, acute stress. Okay, I'll give you my own example what happened to me. I'm a big time animal lover. I always tell people, as long as the animal does not eat or bite me, I'm totally fine. So, I can go and touch any animal, I can talk to any animal. It so happened that me and my friend, once we were walking, and my friend hates animal. And my friend hates animal. The very sight of a dog, she goes crazy. She goes crazy. When I like animal, I do also learn about animal psychology. So I know what happens. How to react to an animal. So me and my friend were walking down the road, and suddenly I see two Doberman playing with their owners. Somehow my gut instinct told me that the Doberman are troublemakers. I told my friend, no matter what happens, don't run. No matter what happens, don't run. She gave me this look. She said, are you crazy? Why would I run? I didn't want to tell her anything about the dog because then she'll be under chronic stress. So this is the level of acute stress. Immediate response. As expected, the Doberman were troublemakers. The minute they saw us, they came running towards us. And trust me, guys, if you have ever experienced dog coming running towards you, you're half dead. You are half dead. It so happened, I had read somewhere, if the dog chases you, no matter which animal chases you, run. But if a dog chases you, never run. I just closed my eyes and it was like hands up. I just closed my eyes and I was like, okay. And then I could feel the wind whisk past me like this, zoop, zoop, zoop. And then, after 5-10 seconds, when I was able to muster up the courage just to open my eyes and see what the situation around me is, I don't see my friend. I don't see the Doberman. I don't see the owners of the dog. I see all of them are chasing my friend. why I'm telling you all this is each one of us respond differently. I told you about amygdala hijack, fight, flight, freeze. I fought my fear and stood my ground, whereas my friend took a flight because she could not handle it. This is acute stress. It's a short-term stress. It's a short-term stress. When it becomes chronic is my friend who got chased by dogs, if she keeps thinking about that situation each and every day, whenever she sees a dog, is when it becomes chronic stress. I'm giving you a very basic, simple example. All of you can relate to it also. Acute stress, simple. Students, if we don't like a particular teacher, initially we may not attend the class, we may bunk the class, or we may avoid. Chronic stress happens when you develop an hatred towards the teacher. Automatically, you will start developing hatred towards the subject. And that takes an emotional and mental and physical toll on you and your progress. This is how you should be able to understand. See, I'm not telling that every situation is the same and every situation you will be able to handle it in the same way. But you should be able to make a conscious effort. Make a conscious effort. Immediately, people put your swords down and say, I give up. How do you give up? I don't like it. I'm going to run away. I'm going to avoid. When you were not able to handle the stress at the acute stress level, it turns into chronic stress. And that is where the problem arises. You succumb to stress in such a way that it takes a toll on your physical well-being, emotional well-being, and even intellectual well-being. You will not be able to handle situations with maturity, or you will not be able to handle situations sensibly. Think about it. I'm sure each one of my audience sitting here would have faced this at every point of their life. If it has not happened, then great. I would love to meet you people. Has it occurred to you? Have you experienced such things? Yes or no? I think I put my audience to sleep. Hello. Good morning. Yeah. Yes, Rakshita. Yes. Please tell me. Please help me understand. Has it ever happened? No? I am really surprised that my audience have not experienced stress, or, lucky people. Hi, all the lucky people. I love the stress-free people. Has life been stress-free?
No, ma'am.
No, ma'am.
No, ma'am.
Fine, Muskan. What is the reason? What's the reason? Is the reason others, or is the reason me?
Ma'am, he's a common.
Whom do you blame when you're stressed? Do you blame yourself, or do you blame others?
Ma'am, blame ourselves.
Okay, Muskan, how old are you, if may I ask?
Ma'am, 19 years old.
Oh, great. Hey, the yes is back. Can we not have yes, please? Okay. Eustress. Eustress is a good stress. Eustress is something that pushes you, even motivates you to work better. You see all these sports people, like a runner running on the running track. He's under stress. Why? He has to come first. He has to win the race. He pumps his body with motivation, and even the people around him, when they cheer for him, it triggers eustress, and he puts more effort, he puts more motivation, he puts more hard work to reach the goal. And that is how he reaches his, if he finishes his race and he wins his race. That is how it should be done. Always try to imbibe eustress in your lives. Stress is fine, accept it, but don't let it turn into chronic stress. Prolonged holding on to stress leads to chronic stress and unnecessary problem, which is not needed in life at all, which is just not needed in life. Acute stress. Now, I assume all of you are using your phone, or if you are using your phone, just take a sheet of paper. Just take a sheet of paper and give me
Yes.
the names of, write the names of 5 people whom you love the most. Write the names of 5 people whom you love the most. And once you're done, please raise your hand so that I will know it's done. Please do let me know, else I will not know. Else I will not know. Done?
No.
Thank you, Mr. Yes. Done? Okay,
Yes, ma'am.
great. Yes, Geeta, okay, great, thanks. Others?
Yes, ma'am.
Yes? Okay,
Yes, ma'am.
great. Is your name there in the list? Geeta, is your name there? Is your name there in the list? Please answer.
No, ma'am.
No. Okay. I was very specific about what I said. Write the name of 5 people whom you love the most. And yet I don't see your name. Purnima, did you write? Is your name there in the list, Purnima?
Yes, ma'am.
Hey, Purnima. Which place? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Where? Rakshita, yes, great. Which place? First place, second place, third place? Muskan, great. Yes. Yes, Rakshita. Your name should always be in the first place. If you can't love yourself, you can't love people. If you can't love yourself, you cannot fight stress. You cannot accept stress. Yes, Rakshita, you want to say something? Rakshita, you're not audible. Okay. Moving on to the next.
No, ma'am.
Okay, great. Ensure your name is always number 1 in the list. It's simple funda. When the plane is crashing, they say put the oxygen mask first on yourself. If you can save yourself, you can save the others. Work on self. Work on self-love. Stop entertaining self-doubt. Simple fundas, stress-free life. Simple funda, stress-free life. Can we live without stress? No worries. No, we cannot.
No,
We
ma'am.
cannot. Stress helps us, stress helps us, keeps us motivated. It keeps us on feet, on our foot. When there is a challenge, come on. Yes, come on. We'll do it. How many of you have done that?
Yes.
Mr. Yes, I'm not at all interested in your yes. But I appreciate your participation. Without stress, we might lack the motivation to achieve our goals, to respond. Yes?
Yes, ma'am.
How many of you welcome challenges? How many of you welcome challenges? Yeah.
Me.
Okay, great. Choice of word has changed. Oh, great. All of you. Do you people talk about the normal days, or do you people talk about the days where you have faced challenges and how you overcame your challenges and how you turned your hardships into a very, what do I say? A very good result-oriented situation.
Strength.
Stress and moderation helps you grow and adapt. Great, Mr. Yes, whoever you are, I appreciate your presence and your participation. Is stress bad for us? Is stress really bad for us?
No.
Not always.
Not always. If you heard me saying that stress has always been constant, stress has always been neutral. It is a response to stress is what is happening to us. It is a response, and a response changes our perception about a situation, person, or issue. It's the body's natural response to challenge, which can have both positive and negative effects. How?
Don't know.
I really don't appreciate such words. So I told you about me and my friend and our aversion for the dog. If she's inclined towards thinking about the same situation about the dog chasing her, it will have a negative effect. Stress actually is caused because of our beliefs, our prior beliefs, and our past experiences. Duality of stress can be better defined as yesterday was history, tomorrow is mystery, today is present. Present का मतलब क्या है? Gift. How many of us are living in today is a big question. How many of you are living at the moment? How many of you are being mindful of living at the moment rather than worrying about your future or cribbing about your past experience? Come on.
About future.
Great. Only Mr. Galaxy is answering. Girls, come on. Show Mr. Galaxy the power of girls. Girl power dikhao yaar. Come on. No? How many of you are thinking only about the past experience and sitting and cribbing over it? And how many of you are worrying about your future?
Future, ma'am.
Future.
Future, ma'am.
Me.
Future. And is it having an effect on your present?
Never.
Is it having an effect on your present?
Sometimes, ma'am.
Sometimes. But don't you think if you're worrying about the future and thinking about the past, it is actually making us, crippled or handicapped at the moment because we are not using mindfulness of living at the present and living the present moment?
No, ma'am. I think.
You think what, dear? What do you think? What do you think? Come on.
Ma'am, I don't think like that.
You don't think like that. So you're living at the present.
Yeah, ma'am.
Oh, great. I just love it. And please keep practicing it and please help people around you also to do that. That's a very
Sure,
good thing,
ma'am.
actually.
Sure.
Positive stress, yeah. Moderate levels of stress can actually become beneficial, which we have already. It helps us to perform better and overcome obstacles. Has it ever happened to you? where you have faced your fear, a stressful situation, and you have become a better version of yourself? How many of you use stress or challenges as a stepping stone? How many of you use it as a stepping stone?
Ma'am, excuse me.
Yes.
I opine that past is not bad because we can learn from past many things and use that experience mindfully in the present and plan our future better.
Yes, ma'am. Yes. That is the whole point that I'm trying to make. But what
Yeah,
happens
ma'am.
most of the time is people are only thinking about the past and their experience and holding themselves back.
No,
That is
we
the
have,
cause of
sorry, I'm in journey. So we have to use those experience, what we have learned in our life, what we have learned from others, what we have learned from the surroundings too. Then our present becomes like delightful, peaceful, as you are handling a candidate. Now one candidate is troubling our live session and you
Yeah.
are very patiently handling that candidate.
Yeah.
So it's an example, isn't it, ma'am?
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yes,
Mr.
sir.
Yes is, ma'am, Mr. Yes is agreeing to whatever we are discussing about them and absolutely soaking all the attention. Yeah. Ma'am, what I'm trying to say is we have to look back to learn. But what happens most of the time under stressful situation or in current scenario is people only think about the bad experiences. They are not taking the bad experience and using it as a stepping stone. That is the whole point I'm trying to make, which is a common problem at the current situation. At the present moment, people are only thinking what happened in the past and they're living in that fear, and they're not using it in to make it as the stepping stone. That is the whole point I'm trying to make here. I hope I have sorted this point.
Yes, ma'am. Yes.
Yeah. Thank you. Thank you. Negative effects of stress, chronic, physical, it takes a toll on you physically. Yes.
Yes.
Yeah. Yes. I like the yes. May God bless the yes. Chronic stress can lead to weakened immune system. Often you will fall sick. Often. Most of the students fall, we call it as exam fear.
Yes, ma'am.
Exam. Oh, yes.
Yes,
Yeah. Guys, even
yes, ma'am.
I was facing exam fears. So, yeah. Weakened immune system, high blood pressure, headaches, other physical ailments, body pain, problems with your vision. All these are taking a toll on you physically. There are times when you have felt that I'm not physically fit, I'm not feeling okay, despite having a nutritious meal, despite being physically fit, but you feel drained physically. Why is it happening is what you need to understand. There is something that is running in your mind and you're stressed about it, and it's taking a toll on you. Stress can cause anxiety, depression, when you're unable to handle. Yes. Emotional exhaustion. There are times when you go home and tell your mother, Matadbedama, mood illa, nanga ayasa agide. Why? For no reason. Or someone is trying to talk to you and you just get triggered and you just pounce on that person. Simple example I'll give you. I knew a couple. Great. A great couple, very well educated, highly educated, if I should say, highly educated, doing great jobs, very good jobs, and well-paid jobs, happily married, and everything. If you know that in corporate there are a lot of exams that you need to take up, and you need to clear those exams so you get upgraded. It so happened that in one such exam, the husband failed in that exam. The husband failed in that exam.
So sad.
Yeah, I know, sad. Even I'm feeling sad for you, Galaxy. So, you know, it was like that. And, you know, that failure was so much for the husband to take that he slipped into depression. He just slipped into depression. And then he had to, you know, he had to take medical help. He had to be under medication. He had to go under a lot of medical procedure. He had to quit his job. He had to quit his job. And the wife also quit the job. The wife also quit the job. Life became miserable just because of the husband not able to handle one failure. And that was his first failure in life. It was only one failure. And then, you know, slowly after all the medical help, the husband was recovering. And one fine day, the doctor said, okay, he's fine. You know, he's recovered. And when he got that news, he told his wife to rejoin her work. But the wife was reluctant. Then he convinced the wife, please join the work. Then with a lot of, you know, being reluctant, she joined work and she went to work. And when she came back, he was no more. I am talking about proper adults here. Why did this happen? It is because of the negative effect of stress, and he entertaining stress and he succumbing to stress led to this. That is anxiety, depression. And when anxiety and depression are entertained for a long period of time, it takes control over our mind. Never let that happen. It spoils our life. There are times when we have done things which was not even needed. Why? Because of amygdala hijack. You know, your mind got hijacked. You were unable to think. It should not happen. What happens to behavioral issues? Substance abuse, overeating, you become abusive, you start withdrawing yourself from your loved ones. All these problems start. And when you're doing it, what happens? Who's the loser? Always remember, that is why I told you, your name should be number 1 in the list. And always remind yourself, I am good. I can fight any challenge. I will face any fear. I will not let the stress take control over my life. I will control stress. This is how you should be doing it. Okay, moving on to the next slide. This is what happens. Negative effects, I've already said. So I will not be repeating each and every word. Has stress led you people in loss of confidence? Have you ever felt loss of confidence because you succumb to stress? You know that you are talented. You know that you're skilled. You know that you can face anything. But because you got stressed, have you ever felt loss of confidence at any point of time?
Yes.
Only Mr. Galaxy is answering. Come on, girls. Come on. No?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, great. Moving on to the next slide.
Ma'am.
Yeah, great. No, I like the Josh. Okay, understand your patterns. Patterns are nothing but how you behave. You know, each one of us are having our own patterns. How we behave, how we carry ourselves is all patterns. Notice when and where you feel more stressed. This helps you a lot. You need to understand When, where, who triggers your stress button? Is it recurring? Is it recurring? Is it provoking negative emotions? If it is, if you have identified the stressors, then you will be able to handle your behavioral patterns in a better way. That's why I told you that we people are so prone to talk only about stress, but there is nothing called as solution oriented conversations. We are cribbing, we are complaining, but are we addressing it in a solution oriented way? Is what we are supposed to practice mindfully. Notice who will trigger it, when it gets triggered, why it's getting triggered. Is it a recurring situation, a recurring environment, or is it an interaction? Identify them. Identify them. Once you identify them, half the battle is won. Half the battle is won. Then try to next pinpoint specific triggers. Again, this could be deadline, traffic jams, or family conflicts. Anything. It can be anything. I'll give you my own example. I was born and raised and I worked in Bangalore. The Bangalore that I grew up and the Bangalore that is there currently is two different worlds. It's two different worlds. I come to Bangalore, my whole behavioral pattern changes. I live in Mysore. Now, when I took a cab with my cousin and I was going on that flyover near Manyata Tech Park somewhere around 7:30. And then, my cousin was like, hey, look, the Manyata Tech Park, it's so well lit. I was like, no. I don't want to see Manyata Tech Park. I just want to reach home. Because, the trigger was, what was the trigger? The traffic, the noise, the pollution, and the cab driver driving the car in a crazy manner in that traffic. It gave me anxiety. It gave me stress. And that is when I pinpointed my stressor. I said, this is what is stressing me out. So I'm not going outside Bangalore, outside the house in Bangalore during peak hours. During peak hours. That was how I identified it. Pinpoint the specific trigger. Ask yourself, why are you getting stressed? What exactly is the pinpoint? And start working on it. And I will also tell you, 90% of the time you have to help yourself. Don't wait people to come bring you a platter of suggestions and advices and hand holding and trying to help you. It's not going to happen. It's not going to happen. We need help. But 90% of the help should be self-help. Okay? Reflect on physical symptoms. I told you stress, headache, muscle tension, digestive issues, which is common in today's time, which each and every one of us. Earlier, digestive issues either would be with the babies or with the senior citizens. Now, all of us have that issue also. We have muscle tensions. We have body pain. We have headaches. For no reason, we have headaches. This is all caused because of stress. Okay? Examine emotional cues. How stress manifests. Manifest your mood. Feeling irritable, feeling anxiety, feeling overwhelmed. Identify these patterns. Identify these patterns. Only you can identify these patterns. When someone comes and says, I have this problem, give me some suggestion. I will only tell them, I'm only going to listen to you. Because while you're speaking, they're also giving solutions to their own problems. But what they don't realize is, they're talking about solution also. All I just do is, redirect their conversations and help them to understand that you already have a situation. Start working on it. Start working on it. Don't become irritable. If you're getting irritated, please ask yourself, why you're getting irritated? You'll just say, no, I'm only irritated. Just irritated. Nothing but irritation. But ask yourself, no, why are you getting irritated? Why are you getting irritated? These are the things that you need to work on. Why do we hold on to stress? It gives us comfort. It gives us comfort. I told you. Blame game, victim, being that Ayo Papa types. No, instead, use your stress, face it, face your fears, make changes. Make changes. I say, yeah, fear. There you are, head on. I will face you head on. Stress is there at the back, but you're facing it head on, and that is how it should be done. You may also clinch to stress because it gives a sense of control or purpose. You know, there is no stress, life becomes boring. So let me hold on to this stress. No. Don't do that. जितना stress चाहिए उतना ही लो. बाकी सब कचड़े के डिब्बे में. It goes straight into the dustbin. It goes straight. Don't try to get attention. Don't try to take sympathy. Don't give sympathy. Do not. Make it habit. Make it a habit. I'm telling you even now, key to stress-free life is embrace yourself. Self-love, eliminate self-doubt, and have a balanced life. Helpful tips to manage stress. I told you, changing perception. Break tasks into manageable parts. Why this point andre yuddha kaladalli shastrabhyasa namdu. We take the load all at once.
Kannada.
Yeah, Kannada. I'm in Karnataka, dude. You know, break the task into manageable parts. Start working on one by one aspect. Prioritize how you want to do the task. Break them into small bits. Don't try to do it all in one day. Don't try to do it all in one go. It's going to be chaotic. Set reasonable and realistic goals. Simple example. I live in Mysore. I have never climbed Chamundi Hill. And here I am sitting and talking. If I sit and talk about submitting Mount Everest, I am not setting any reasonable and realistic goal. Someone who
I
cannot...
am also from Mysore.
Yes, Mr. Galaxy. I love how you are keeping me motivated. Unfortunately, you're not stressing me, man. That's the whole point. You need to work more harder. Avoid procrastination. Procrastination is nothing but you keep pushing the task. Why are you pushing the task? Again, it's an emotional aspect. It is an emotional aspect. Either the fear of facing it or doing it. What if I fail? What if it goes wrong? What if the people mock at me? You keep avoiding and avoiding and avoiding. And that leads to stress because in the last minute, we are the ones who have to bear the brunt of it. Set boundaries. Always have boundaries around you guys. Always set boundaries. A life without boundary is a life filled with stress. You are running haywire in every direction. Do not do that. Set boundaries. Your boundaries should be based on your limitations, your resource, your capacity, your capabilities. And your boundaries need not be the same what is with others. Don't compromise on your values and beliefs. Never. I never compromise on my values and beliefs. But at the same time, when I'm in Rome, I'm a Roman. When I'm in Rome, I am a Roman. Is that hindering my identity? No. I am in Rome, so I am a Roman, but it has not eliminated my values and beliefs. I'm still sticking to it. If I'm an Indian in Rome, I am still an Indian in Rome. But I have adapted myself to the Roman culture. But my identity is still intact. So, you know what happens when people are asking you to do something that is not there, not in your comfort zone or something that you don't believe in. If it is in extremity, don't do it. But if it is needed in that hour, please embrace it. There are many things for us to learn when we embrace things, but we are not losing our identity. Simple. Water. Water, you find it in ocean, river, pond. And the same water, when you pour it into any vessel, it can be a tumbler, it can be, a small glass, it can be a spoon. It takes the shape of the vessel, but the water has not lost its identity. It's not lost its essence. This is how it should be. Don't compromise on your values and beliefs, but adapt. Schedule me time. Give me time to yourself. Sit back, do journaling, end of the day. Sit back and think, how was your day? How your day could have been better? Or get up in the morning and say, these are the things that I want to do. But again, it should be reasonable and realistic. When you start doing this me time thing, life becomes very easy. Okay. Building a support system, talk to your friends.
Okay.
Talk to your friends. Talk to your friends. Talk to those friends who should not give you the answers that you want to listen to. Getting the point? Talk to those people who help you understand the situation, the crisis.
Yes.
Talk to people who are giving you what you want to listen to. Take guidance. There's nothing wrong. Like how we go to a doctor, we go to people. But whom are you engaging with is what matters. Don't go to people who tell, I told you so. Or people who will give you an answer that you want to listen. These are the two people that you want to avoid. Or just go to people, someone who will listen to you. Just listen to you. Talk to your elders. Talk to your elders. Talk to your seniors. Talk to your teachers. Do. Engage yourself in regular checkups with your support network. Keep them updated. Or if you're taking medical help, or maybe you're doing counseling, deal with it. Deal with it. There's nothing wrong in doing it. Okay. I'm sure each one of you would have faced this situation. You never received appreciation for your work while others are appreciated frequently. I'm sure whether it is students or any professional, all of us would have faced this issue at some point or the other.
Many
I want you
times.
people to take a screenshot of this, and I want you people, when you're free, when your mind is free, just sit back and write it down. When you face this situation, how did you react on the left-hand side? On the right-hand side, how could you have reacted in a better way? How you could have reacted in a better way. The comparison actually tells whether you're stressed or not stressed. College, it's common, no? You never, even for us also as working professionals, our work has never got appreciated at some point or the other, while others are getting frequently appreciated. It is a stressful situation. Have you faced any situations as such, guys?
Yes.
Only galaxies answer, girls. Come on.
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, ma'am. Yeah.
Yes, ma'am.
Yes. Yes. Okay. You're the team member who feels neglected in the team. How do you deal with it? I'm sure you people are doing college projects.
Lovingly.
Right. You would have felt neglected. Yes.
Me
I
at
want
many
you people
times.
to sit back and please start working on these two situations. I'll tell you half of the answers is revealed when you people are working on these two situations. I have multiple situations because of time constraint. I'll have only two. Who is she? Who is she? If you know your Indian history.
Rani Rudrama Devi.
No.
She is
Kittur
Rani
Rani
Rudrama Devi, ma'am.
Kittur Rani Chennamma. Rani
Oh,
Abdu
sorry,
Rani
sorry.
Chennamma.
Kittur Rani Chennamma alla. Hinde Mogu ide. Rani Lakshmi Bai.
Rani. Yeah. Rani
Rani Lakshmi Bai.
Jhansi Rani Lakshmi.
Yeah. You know why I brought her picture here? See, her husband was poisoned, her child was poisoned, her kingdom was snatched. She adopted a child. She went on to a war. And during the war, if you watch Kangana Ranaut's movie, she tied her adopted son to her back and jumped from the Jhansi fort, which was 30 or 40 feet in height. So whole point of bringing her picture here is her stress was more compared to us in today's time. Getting the point? Okay, last 2 slides, guys. Okay, maintaining a balanced
Let's
lifestyle.
go.
Prioritize self-care. Meditate, exercise, take a walk in nature. Enjoy nature. Do something that makes you happy. Just do whatever makes you happy. Self-care is important. Eat a balanced diet. Please don't do any diet and all. Nature is provided as a very balanced diet only. It's given us a balanced diet, balanced food. Eating the right kind of food in the right quantity, you're sorted. And energy. It gives you energy and nutrients you need to thrive. Do you know why people give chocolate when you're angry? Chocolate has an antioxidant, which acts as an antidepressant. The whole purpose of having chocolate. Eat chocolate when you're stressed. You feel relieved. Dark chocolate. Nurture. Yeah? You were saying something? Okay. Nurture relationships. Talk to your loved ones. Stay connected. You know, I am one person who's away from social media. And even if I'm there on social media, only those people who are very close to me are there on social media, because I don't want to have number of followers. I want to have quality of people in my contact list. I don't talk to someone who's a stranger. I talk to someone who's in my house. So start engaging this. Meaningful social activities are needed. Meaningful social activities are needed. Focus on who are around you, rather than, staying glued to Instagram and other things. Don't do that. Next is do outdoor adventures, enjoy life, be happy. If someone is not trying to make you happy, don't wait for them to make you feel happy. Just be happy. Just be happy.
Yes.
Happiness is my birthright. Yes, Mr. Galaxy. In conclusion, stress is a natural part of life. Told you, much like Vikram and Betal. So tomorrow when someone talks to you about Vikram and Betal, you are Vikram, stress is the Betal. It's not about getting rid of your Betal, but how to coexist with Betal. How to coexist with Betal. Okay? So, manage stress, rock your life, beat stress, enjoy your life. Thank you, guys. I'm done.
Thank you.
Thank you so
I
much
mean,
for
thank you,
patiently
miss.
listening to me.
Thank you, ma'am.
Thank you a lot, ma'am.
Thank you, ma'am.
Thank you, ma'am.
So much, guys.
Okay,
Thank you,
good
ma'am.
evening, one and all.
Yes,
I am
guys.
Naveen,
Yes.
Assistant Professor of Department of Commerce,
Yes, sir.
Am I audible?
Basaveshwara First Grade College.
Okay, sir.
I am going to prepare vote of thanks, ma'am.
Okay, sir.
My gratitude thanks to today our guest, Kavita, ma'am. Thank you, ma'am, for being with us and your motivational words. Thank you so much, ma'am.
Thank you, sir. Thank you so much.
I extend my gratitude to KM Shivprasad, sir, co-founder and executive director. Thank you, sir, for your support and cooperation. I extended my heartful thanks to Dr. Rudramaya, sir, principal of Sri Basaveshwara First Grade College, Nelmangla. Thank you, sir. Last but not least, thank you one and all who are participated today's session for making this event grand success. Thank you.
Thank you, Naveen. Hello.
Okay, sir. Okay, thank you, sir.
Naveen, this is Madam. This is Dr. Rudramahesh, Principal, Basaveshwara First Grade
Good evening,
College
sir.
for
Good
Women.
evening. Good evening, sir.
Good evening, Madam. Really, it was very nice session.
Thank you so much, sir.
Most of our students are enjoyed a lot. And thank you, Shivu.
Yes.
Thank you. Thank you, one and all who are participated in this session.
Ma'am, I have a question.
Yes, yes.
Ma'am, what are some effective technique for dealing with exam stress?
What are effective? I told you, you need to, you need to have a timetable. You need to have a set timetable, a set lifestyle for it. And also you need to, you should not procrastinate. One. And it's just an example. I mean, it's just an exam. It's just an exam. No big deal. Now in today's society, it's like, life has become like a race. I do not promote that race. You need to be competitive, but you need to be competitive with self. So how you handle your syllabus, how you handle your emotions with the exam is the key. Is the key. Don't get stressed unnecessarily. If you've been consistent with your studies, if you have followed a set timetable, if you have worked on different subjects, I don't think so you will feel stressed. You don't feel stressed. But what is happening is the environment around us is giving us a lot of stress regarding the exam. Which I, as a teacher who's been a teacher for almost 18, 19 years, I do not promote that. I say each one of us come with our own intelligence, and each one of us come up with our own capacities and capabilities, and accordingly I will prepare my exam. But once you start getting into the rat race is when you will get scared. Exactly. Am I clear with that?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, great. Any other question, guys?
Ma'am, I have a question in my chat box.
Yes.
What is one piece of advice you wish you had known about managing stress when you were a student?
One piece of advice was I used to be very honest, I used to be very stressful as a student. I didn't know how to handle stress at that point of time. I did not know, how to handle myself, and it was always a blunder because I was not getting any kind of help at that point of time. But later, after falling many a times, is when I started learning from my own mistakes. I said, okay, if I do this, then the result is going to be like this. So what am I going? Will I go in the same path? No, I'm going to change my path. I'm going to modify. I'm just going to modify. And another one important thing that I always give students is whenever there is a stressful situation, initial reaction of mine is shock. But the next minute, I bounce back and I say, stress or challenge, I will use you as my stepping stone. I will use you as my stepping stone.
Ma'am, you have been muted. Kindly unmute, ma'am.
Yeah, can you hear me?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. So always, you should always be in competition with yourself. How you can make a better version of yourself. Was I having the same maturity when I was a student? No. My own friends say that I was wild at that time. Now I'm mild. Why? Because, and stress or any situation cannot be handled in one way. It's a trial and error process. It's a trial and, but you should not give up on things. You should not stop giving up. You should not stop giving up, and you should work, learn where your mistakes are and try to improve there. Try to bring some reformation, try to bring some change. And that is when, we will be able to handle. If you are asking me a question, don't you get stressed? You're talking about stress to us. I do get stressed. I'm a normal person. But the intensity of the stress affecting me has decreased over the years. Don't wait for people to come and give you suggestions and advice. You are a better judge of your own life and your own self. Start working on it. Start working on it. It's very easy. That's why I told you. Enhance self-love, eliminate self-doubt. If you practice these two simple fundas, 90% of your problems come to an end. 90% of your problems come to an end. Okay? Any other question?
Thank you, ma'am.
Yes. That's it?
If any
Yes.
questions, I request the participants to ask.
Yeah, guys. Anything. Shoot.
Yes.
Yeah. No?
No.
Guys, I had a wonderful time talking to you people and sharing my views and opinions. Thoroughly enjoyed. Thank you for your patience. And thank you for the faculties and Principal Sir and Shiv Prasad Sir and Sundaram Sir for giving me this opportunity. It's been an honor. It's been an honor.
Thank you, ma'am. That was an impactful session. I hope we all carry the lessons we have learned today and apply them to create a more balanced and stress-free life.
Thank you. Yeah, I hope so too. And good luck, guys. Good luck.
Thank you.
ma'am.
Always remember Vikram and Betal.
Yes, ma'am.
Yeah.
Yes.
Dear participants, a Google feedback form has been sent in the chat box. Kindly fill out the details to receive your e-certificates.
Okay.
Yeah.
I request all of you to kindly raise for the national anthem.
వీళ్ళెవరు
ಇಲ್ಲ ಯಾಕೆಂದ್ರೆ ದೇವಣ್ಣ ಶಿಫ್ಟ್ ಆದ್ಮೇಲೆ ನೆಕ್ಸ್ಟ್ ಶಿಫ್ಟ್ ಕೆನಲ್ ಬರೋದು ಸೊ ಇವನು
As we wrap up, here is a contact information. In case you have any other queries or you want to get anything more involved with, you can reach out as and connect with us. Please connect with Mr. Shivaprasad KM and Professor Jayant H. Alternatively, you can email us.
Yes.
I thank you all for joining us today. We hope to continue seeing you regularly at further Disciples Indian Learning Forum session. Until then, stay safe and have a great day ahead. Thank you, everyone.
Thank you. Thank you.
Thank you, ma'am.
Thank you, guys.
Thank you, ma'am.
Thank you so much. Take
Ma'am.
care. Bye. Bye-bye.
Bye, ma'am. Thank you, ma'am.
Bye-bye.
Bye, guys. Bye. Bye. All the
Yes.
best.
Yes.
Thank
Yes.
you.
Bye. Bye. Bye.
Thank
Bye.
you.
Thank you.
Good for you.
ಹಾ